Oh, you're very welcome back. Now, as the midterm edges closer, you may be looking for an opportunity to get away with the family.
Well, if you are travel journalist, Walsh Jackson is here to chat about why we should be choosing to discover Northern Ireland on your next trip. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. So why should we be choosing to discover Northern Ireland?
Well, there's just so much to see and do, so many great itineraries. And if you're lost, go straight on the Discover Northern Ireland website and you'll find loads of ideas there. But I'm first taking you to the beautiful Fermanagh Lakelands. And this is the area that covers Lough Erne, Upper Lough Erne and Lower Lough Erne. And it's so glorious because there are 150 little islands to discover. And lots of different ways of getting around and seeing it.
Beautiful part of the world as well. Lough Erne Golf Club as well for people who are into that. But
so
if you're up there
or something,
well, do you know a great way to do is have a guided tour, and there are a couple of options. There's the Lough Erne water taxis, and then there's the new Island Discovery, which is a fantastic electric-powered boat, which you can take over for the entire family. You can take up to 12 people, and it stops off at Devonish Island, and a lot of the key points to see on Lough Erne. Devonish Island, of course, where you saw the monastic round tower. And it's a monastic settlement that was popular until the Pilgrims up till the 1600s.
Right.
That's really full of history and culture.
You've got the lakes there in Fermanagh. You also, if you want a bit more of an active kind of holiday, family holiday, what else can you do?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, a real hidden gem is the Geo Global Park, and it was designated by UNESCO in 2008. And within it are the Marble Arch Caves. Now, these are absolutely stunning caves, and you enter through an interpretive centre first, and then you go down all these steps, and you enter this hidden wonderland.
I did that when I was a kid. It's incredible.
Well, it's celebrating its 40th year this year, and it really is somewhere where we miss out on and we don't explore it. When I was there, it was full of Germans and Italians, and it's like they all know about it.
So this is underneath it. It is a UNESCO site.
It is.
And it's a preserved UNESCO site.
Exactly.
The little boat takes you along as well.
Yeah.
You see all the
and look
stalactites and stalagmites.
That's famous bowl of porridge there. That's the famous... all these different stalagmites and stalactites have different names, and there are stories connected to
So how long is that little boat ride underneath there?
Well, you could easily spend 2 hours in there, walking around and going around. But the little boat, that's really part of it.
Something cool for kids as well is going down caves and underground. And the thing about Fermanagh and Northern Ireland in general, like, it is only an hour, a couple hours drive, and we kind of don't make the most out of it. As you say, a lot of Germans are there, where actually there's not that many people from around.
And my daughter loved it. She was about 10 when I brought her.
Yeah, so that's part of the world's first global geopark. So what is the geopark?
Well, it covers the whole Cuilcagh region, the famous Stairway to Heaven, and just that beautiful scenery, because it's lush in bogs and as I said, beautiful places to explore in nature.
Okay.
Suitable, presumably, for all ages.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And a family ticket to go down there is £39, which I think is great value.
OK, so we know an awful lot about Belfast. Yeah. It's got a huge amount of things. What other areas do you reckon it's worth visiting?
OK, well, I found this about 4 years ago and I loved it. It's 10 years old this year. It's called the Gobbins, and it's a coastal cliff walk, and it's about half an hour's journey west outside Belfast. And it was the brainchild of this railway engineer who built this metallic walkway along a 5-kilometre stretch.
Oh, OK, so it's just literally on the edge of the cliff.
Yeah, and what you do is you get your talk first, and you're given hard hat and boots, and you're told about the area and what you're going to see. Fantastic wildlife. You've got puffins and cormorants and all that.
God, you need a head for heights on that.
Are you clipped in?
Oh, you don't need to be. You're actually really safe, because there are railings the whole way, and you're guided, of course, as well. But I think
with the wind coming in
as
well, the waves, I'd say it's amazing.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's really worth doing.
It looks it. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, no, it's really great, and I think it's quite reasonable too. It's about £21.50.
So they take groups of what, 10, 20 people at a time?
Yeah, about that.
And if you head up to the northeast as well, you kind of the Ards Peninsula as well.
Tommy, I'm delighted you mentioned it, because it's an area that's quite often forgotten about, and it's stunning scenery. It's like the Wild Atlantic Way continued, and especially the town of Bangor is a lovely place to visit.
Yeah, Bangor's lovely.
And there's free places like the Ulster Museum. There's a North Down Museum, and there's also the lovely
folk park as well.
The folk park, yeah, absolutely. And not too far away from it, you've got Eisenhower Pier, which is of course where the D-Day landings were organised, and they went out from there. And Scrabo Tower is just beautiful in Newtonards.
Okay, so you're going through quite a few places. You have Bangor there, the whole big marina that was there.
I'm loving this. What was that?
That's the Culloden.
Oh, the Culloden.
And as Tommy was saying, you might bump into
Van Morrison
when you're there.
Van Morrison's always in the Culloden.
He is always in the Culloden as well. That's a place. You 5-star hotels. That's exactly where Alan would be finding himself.
He'd like the spa there
afternoon
too.
tea and the spa.
The spa's a perfect
now,
place
the Game of Thrones obviously has been huge, and there is the tour in Banbridge. But there's 26 filming locations for the series around Northern Ireland.
There are. You've got, of course, the famous Dark Hedges. You've got the Carrick-a-Rede rope bridge. You've got the Giant's Causeway, of course. But this is for the real Throny fans. This is the only official studio tour, and it's in the Linen Mills studio, which was, of course, an old converted linen mill. And now there's like interactive displays. You've got costumes. You get to see how some of the most famous scenes were created. You've got drawings and great props you might want to see, firsthand, that you'll be able to associate with.
Like for something like this, would you need to book ahead? Because,
I would.
Like, if it's the tour of this...
It's hugely popular, and people come from all over the world to it.
Oh, they would,
And you'll need 2 to 3 hours as well to get around it.
Do you get to visit any of the other locations through this?
I think you can actually go to there are other tours that are set up from it, but I think this designated one is £29.50, and it's actually very cheap for kids. It's £5 for kids under 12.
Okay. You see the bus trips that take people all through all those the Dark Hedges.
Yeah,
you have the Carrick-a-Rede rope bridge.
Yeah. Oh, that's fabulous.
There are fantastic. So that's up in the north. That's kind of beside the Giant's Causeway as well.
It is. It's on the route, and you've got Dunluce Castle and other places that were used.
So
in the series.
would you Are people going up to Northern Ireland because of all this, where it's like you said, it's only an hour and a half, and then you could spend a weekend and do so many activities? Exactly,
and quite a few free things as well to do. So, like I mentioned in Bangor, there's lots of museums that are free as well. So I think that's really... a big draw, for families. The Titanic, of course, is there. You've got W5 for the kids.
W5 is unbelievable.
Museum.
If you've got kids...
What's W5?
It's an interactive kind of science museum.
Okay.
And it's over 3 floors. The kids love it.
Yeah. It's hours. Be worn out.
Literally. For a day trip for the kids with half-term, if you're looking for something to do, head up to Belfast, check out W5, because it really is...
all over the
all
county.
age groups
and of course
as
the
well.
Titanic is just...
And if you head to the website, you'll get loads of ideas. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, well, the studio tour as well for the Game of Thrones, it takes about 2 to 3 hours as well. If you're into Game of Thrones at all, it's just so much available there.
Did you?
Have you?
Yeah. I was on the Iron Throne.
Oh, were you?
Very uncomfortable, but I absolutely loved it.
There's also a big shopping centre there as well.
Yeah,
the outlet.
Yes, the outlet across the road. Yeah.
The costumes were terrifying. Like the waist sizes, these people are so tiny and so, it was shocking. It was so fascinating to watch it, and the craftsmanship. It was unbelievable. Loved it.
Listen, Michelle Walsh Jackson, thank you so much, travel journalist. Great to have you with
Great
us.
to see you guys.
If you want to do that, go check out Discover Northern Ireland online.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, we were chatting a